Love always gravitates toward those who do not lack love. Money always flows to those who do not lack money. To attain something, you must distance yourself from it. To attract others, you should not spend time and money on them, but rather invest in yourself. To make money, don't focus on money, but engage in business, study, go to bed early, wake up early, and train your health. The truths of this world, they're all hidden on the opposite side. The great path, though simple, is mundane. The crooked path, however, is profound and alluring. I know, your life is very busy. Even so, the things I say, they're not easy to absorb, especially not easy to master. If you only listen once, my advice is this. Keep going until the end. Listen repeatedly, over and over again. When you're free or doing household chores, share and save the playlist to make it more convenient for you. I am certain, within just a few short months, your mindset will evolve dramatically, reaching a new height. The wisdom of the ancients, greetings to you all. The strong, they like to talk about exchange, while the weak, they're enamored with talking about emotions. Emotions, they are vague, hard to grasp, impossible to articulate clearly, and even harder to explain. They cannot be priced definitively, nor can they be secured with certainty, leaving your mind in confusion. Thus, they easily sway you through feelings and morality to gain an advantage over you. In reality, all emotions, they start from romanticism, gradually turning into realism. All emotions, when you live together for a long time, in close proximity, will breed conflict. Because between people, there is never complete equivalence of value. There is always one side with higher worth. When both sides feel the other is unworthy, conflict will arise. Romantic relationships, they are especially so. In the phase of passionate love, everything feels wonderful, like eating spicy hot pot frequently. But after a long time, both sides become calm again. At this point, the principle of equivalent exchange emerges. But remember this, life is always emotion. When a woman excels, she will disdain a man who earns little. When a man excels, he will criticize a woman who is not beautiful. Both sides will start to think calmly, asking themselves, is it worth staying together? Why am I with this person? What truly defeats any relationship? It's not about who did something wrong, but that the value between you no longer aligns. When value no longer aligns for a long time, people will unconsciously wonder, is it worth being with you? Although with emotions and memories, you can prolong it for a while. In the later stages, relying solely on past memories and feelings, it's impossible to sustain. Then, the relationship enters a Cold War phase. To put it bluntly, they no longer want to care about you, hoping you'll give up first, prompting you to leave voluntarily. This is a polite strategy to minimize damage, avoiding noise, preventing a chaotic mess. This is also the best choice. All emotions, they go through 3 stages. First, romanticism, then calm realism, and finally, letting go. When benefits are no longer there, everything returns to the principle of equivalent exchange. Equivalent exchange, it involves these aspects: appearance, personality, educational background, money, status, mindset, and character, and so on. These factors, they can all be used for exchange. That's why you'll see many beautiful women, they can marry wealthy men, because her beauty and his wealth, they can be exchanged equivalently. So, why do many families in middle age face a crisis? Either the woman, as she ages, loses the beauty she once used for equivalent exchange, or the man, facing a career crisis, sees his wealth shrink, even falling into debt. The money he used to exchange equivalently with a woman, it's gone. At this point, they can no longer exchange equivalently, and the marriage faces problems. Thus, although money is not omnipotent, everything in this world, it has a clear price. Anything you want to have, you must use your own value to exchange with the other party. In this world, there are no truly good people by nature. A man with a good nature, but when he has money, he becomes bad. In truth, money doesn't change his nature, but when he was poor, he lacked the capital to be bad. A woman with a kind nature, But when she meets a wealthy and attractive man, she too can easily be corrupted. Therefore, remember this. Before finding a life partner or friends, you must first discover your unique value, then relentlessly refine that value. Love always gravitates toward those who do not lack love. Money always flows to those who do not lack money. To attain something, you must distance yourself from it. To attract others, you should not spend time and money on them, but invest in yourself. To make money, don't focus on money, but engage in business, study, go to bed early, wake up early, and train your health. The truths of this world, they are all hidden on the opposite side. The great path, though simple, is mundane. The crooked path, it's profound and alluring. Look at the world from the opposite perspective. The truths of this world, they are hidden on the other side. You think, to change your fate, what must you change first? Is it your mindset? If you say yes, I'll tell you, you're wrong. Wang Yangming, the outstanding philosopher and thinker of the Ming Dynasty in Chinese history, he showed us a principle with this way of thinking. Can you really change just by saying you want to change? For example, if I now tell you about the mindset of the rich, persist in reading every day, go to bed early and wake up early every day, exercise consistently every day. Tell me, how many people can do this? I tell you, if you want to change your fate, you must deeply understand one word: reverse. What is reverse? It's the opposite, flipping the meaning. In the I Ching, there's an important concept. First, fate. Second, luck. Third, feng shui. Fourth, accumulating hidden virtues. Fifth, reading books. Sixth, fame. Seventh, appearance. Eighth, respecting the divine. Ninth, befriending noble people. 10th, nurturing health. Now let's look at the world from the opposite perspective. Please listen carefully. 10th, nurturing health. 9th, befriending noble people. Start with nurturing health first. Good health habits, noble qualities, staying up late every day, waking up at noon, not working, not meeting people, just idling if not playing games, then gambling if not drinking, then using drugs. So, just change your lifestyle and associate with noble people. Continue looking back. 8th, respecting the divine. 7th, appearance. 6th, fame. What is respecting the divine? After meeting noble people, they will tell you, you must respect the laws of the universe. Appearance, it's your image, your demeanor. Pay attention to your image. At this point, you start believing in the laws. Moreover, when your habits are good, you'll be remembered. You'll start to gain fame. When you start to gain fame, you need to read books, the 5th step. This means study and learn. Your talent must match your reputation. If not, you'll face calamity for being unworthy of your position. Next, you need to accumulate hidden virtues. Have you noticed? Many people start to practice virtues without publicizing it, doing good without needing recognition or praise from others. At this point, you too must act this way, quietly doing good deeds. Then, what remains are the 3 factors. 3rd, feng shui. 2nd, luck. And 1st, fate. At this point, you need to start adjusting your feng shui, using it to enhance yourself, making your luck begin to change. Finally, your fate will transform. In truth, to put it plainly, most people, their entire lives cannot succeed. They even struggle to go to bed early and wake up early. Because, as I've said, the great path, though simple, is mundane. The crooked path, it's profound and alluring. Serving others, it's high energy. I've noticed my previous content, it's been well received and chosen by many viewers. Perhaps because you enjoy topics about self-improvement, cultivating virtues. While I'm at it, let me add, each person's energy is different. Some people, their energy is powerful. Everything they do is full of motivation, like an eternal machine. But others, they always give off a sense of lethargy, lacking vitality, doing things without enthusiasm. That is due to the difference in the intensity of each person's energy. To increase your own energy, you must first understand, how do people absorb and expend energy? Once you understand your own model of absorbing and expending energy, you can actively change and optimize it, thereby quickly boosting your energy. Energy, though invisible, intangible, can fundamentally be expressed through two major aspects. First, internal energy, including physical energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy. Second, external energy, including money, power, and other resources. It's clear, internal energy, it can be achieved through training or self-cultivation. External energy, it's the type that exists depending on the society outside yourself. Below, I'll analyze these two aspects in detail. Number one, physical energy. The most basic energy of a human. It's the stamina provided by the body. We need to eat, sleep daily, supplement necessary nutrients, ensure adequate rest. These are all ways the body absorbs energy. Abundant physical energy, it means good health, full of vitality, faster recovery, higher efficiency and focus, able to withstand greater pressure and challenges. You'll notice when young, no matter how hard you work, just one night's sleep, and the next day, you're healthy again. However, after 30, when bodily functions peak, they begin to decline gradually with time. Physical energy, it's the easiest energy to obtain. As long as you're a normal adult, physical energy doesn't differ much. Even the world champion weightlifter, in essence, is still immortal. His stamina, surely, cannot match a crane. However, physical energy, it's also the most limited energy, not only easily reaching its limit, but also easily declining. Therefore, whatever you do, you must seize the time. Because after physical energy fades, if other energies haven't reached a certain level, you'll find life increasingly difficult. Number two, mental energy. The developed brain, it's the fundamental organ distinguishing humans from other creatures. From birth to adulthood to passing away, though physical energy may go from weak to strong, then strong to weak, mental energy, it can grow stronger through continuous learning and thinking. Each person's mental energy, it varies greatly. The difference in mental energy, it mainly lies in educational level, life experience, research, and differing perceptions of each person. Thousands of years ago, Zhuge Liang, before leaving his hermitage, could already understand the affairs of the world. But Zhuge Liang today, he only knows how many ways to write a Chinese character. Though exaggerated, that vast difference, it's real. The proverb says, 3 craftsmen equal 1 Zhuge Liang. But in reality, don't talk about 3 craftsmen, even 30,000 craftsmen, their combined wisdom cannot match 1 Zhuge Liang. So, how do you increase mental energy? To increase mental energy, you need to constantly absorb valuable information, knowledge, and insights. Humans, if they eat spoiled food, lightly, they get diarrhea, severely, they get poisoned. The brain, if it absorbs too much useless information, in the short term, it becomes foolish, reduces intelligence, easily makes mistakes. In the long term, it becomes stubborn, beyond saving. Number 3, spiritual energy. Besides physical and mental energy, humans have another type of energy, spiritual energy. Spiritual energy, it's vast, encompassing a person's will, emotions, and feelings. The stronger a person's will, the healthier their emotions, the more stable their feelings, the more they can have a powerful psyche. The success of many people, it's not because they have the best physique or the smartest mind, but because they have a strong heart. Those with weak spiritual energy, even if they have a robust physique, a sharp mind, they'll struggle to succeed. But those with strong spiritual energy, even if their physique and intellect are somewhat inferior, they can still surpass others. For example, Liu Bang, the founder of the Han Dynasty, came from humble origins. In terms of physique and intellect, he was no match for Xiongnu, the hegemon king of Western Shu. But in the end, he drove Xiongnu to his death. Where did Xiongnu lose to Liu Bang? It was in spiritual energy. Of course, Xiongnu, compared to most people, was far superior. But against Liu Bang, he was still one step behind. The 10-faced ambush, it shattered Xiongnu's will to fight. The farewell to the concubine, it ended Xiongnu's heroic love story. The songs of Chu from all sides, they stirred Xiongnu's sorrow and shame. His will was broken, his emotions shattered, his negative feelings erupted completely. These three factors combined, they utterly destroyed Xiang Yu's spiritual energy. The strength of spiritual energy, it determines how far a person can go. Those with weak spiritual energy, they will as easily swayed, they cannot control their emotions, they act impulsively. Children, their spiritual energy is weak, easily intimidated. Middle school students, with weak spiritual energy, in moments of impulse, often do foolish things. For example, after arguing with their parents, in a flash, they jump off a building. Such cases, they're not rare. Adults with weak spiritual energy, when facing unemployment, heartbreak, or bankruptcy, often turn to death. Just a few small blows, they're enough to make them collapse, leading to a directionless life. Number 4, the energy of money and power. Physical energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy, they're the three most basic internal energies of a human. Beyond internal energy, there's external energy. For example, money, power, and other resources. The wealthier a person, the higher their status, the greater their power, the larger their energy. However, how much of this energy can be utilized, it depends on the strength of their internal energy. Why do many poor people who win the lottery and suddenly become rich return to poverty after a short time? It's because their internal energy is too weak, unable to control the external energy. This is also why in society we often see cases like second-generation rich kids squandering wealth, causing trouble, officials falling from grace, taking revenge on the poor. However, overall, external energy is an indispensable part, even extremely important in human energy. Money, something the poor both love and hate, desire but cannot obtain, it's an extremely powerful external energy. When you open your bank account and see a balance of $3 billion, surely you'll strive to eat more nutritious food. Over time, your physical energy, it will naturally improve. When you see a valuable article, you won't hesitate to pay a fee, to join a group, to connect with talented people. Interacting more with talented people, your awareness will rise, your mental energy, it will naturally improve. With a healthy body, elevated awareness, you'll no longer associate with negative people or things. Every day, you'll live joyfully, comfortably, your spiritual energy, it will naturally improve. Moreover, money, it can buy quality services, hire others to work for you, command thousands of people to brainstorm and help you earn more money, gain more energy. Power, it's the same. Here, I'll refrain from diving deeper into analysis. This is the reverse support of external energy to internal energy, a highly positive energy cycle. In summary, body, brain, heart, money, power, these are the 5 basic energies of a human. After understanding these 5 energies, you can build your own model of absorbing and expending energy. How you absorb energy, how you expend it, it will become clear. From there, how to naturally increase your energy, it will become easier. Next, I'll talk about the 10 methods of self-improvement. Please listen carefully. First, we're a watch. A watch, it's not just for telling time, but also signals your social status and your respect for time with others. Modern society, it's not like in dramas. There's no time for you to slowly pave your way and open your heart. Adults, they're all busy. No time to feel your soul. They judge you, directly or indirectly, by your appearance. If you wear an expensive watch, you send a signal of career and financial success outward. Second, don't complain about poverty or hardship. From childhood, our parents taught us to be humble, not to boast. But you cannot deny, most of our parents, they're just ordinary people, never wealthy in their lives. If you always tell others you're poor, some will genuinely despise you. Others will think you're stingy. Third, control lust. Don't be reckless in romantic relationships. Lust, it reduces your blessings, wealth, and fortune. Excessive indulgence, it not only drains your vitality, but can also destroy your life and career. Observe fallen leaders. Their downfall often begins with seeking lovers. Lust, it's like a rope around your neck. If you keep sinking, you'll be doomed forever. The femme fatale, that's the principle. Fourth, simplify your mind. What you focus on, it will yield results. Every day, tell yourself positive things. It will ignite your determination, while also motivating those around you. Know this, though you may not want to work, though many love to complain, no one wants to hear your complaints. Fifth, avoid toxic people. Stay away from bad people and things that disturb you, especially those who use morality to bind you. Those people, they often try to force you into molds, making you feel pressured to conform to their imposed values. For such people, you must be firm and polite, block them from your life. Don't feel guilty, you don't need such people. As long as you manage yourself well, that's already a great gratitude to the heavens. Sixth, accumulate wealth energy. Salted meat, it's still meat. Even a single coin, don't refuse it. Don't let small change clutter your pockets or clothes. Every coin, it's not just material value, but also carries a stream of wealth energy. You can place a savings jar at home, put coins or small bills in it. This not only helps you save a small fortune, but also symbolizes preserving and attracting wealth into your life. Seventh, nurture health. If your body is unwell, sleep more. If your spirit is low, read more books. The body's recovery, it needs sleep and rest. Meanwhile, the spirit's recovery, it needs to absorb more valuable information. Reading books or watching documentaries, it's a good choice, nurturing your intellect and emotions, while bringing peace to your soul. Eighth, don't argue. Be a mature person in actions, not in words. Absolutely, don't argue with others over things unrelated to your real interests. That time, it should be used to earn more money or nurture health, rather than diving into pointless debates that only drain your spirit and energy. Ninth, learn to give gifts. When poor, don't hesitate to give small gifts, because though you spend little, you'll gain much more. Many think gift giving is an outdated custom, but in truth, it's just a way to guide you to mediocrity. Ask yourself two questions. If someone gave you a gift you've always wanted, would you be happy? And around you, is there a difference in how civil servants, business people, and farmers view gift giving? Gift giving, it's not just an act of giving, but a way to build relationships and create social bonds. 10th, the virtue of the poor. Make money. For most people, there's only a certain time in life to make money. The real time to strive for money, it's only from 20 to 35 years old. When we realize the value of making money, we're often already near 30. And the time left to make money, it's not much. The only thing you can do now is strive every second, every minute to make money, learn all the knowledge and skills related to making money, and make it your expertise. Don't let yourself be distracted by trivial things. The truth, one sheet of paper is enough. Just make a lot of money, train a lot, learn a lot. Nothing else is needed.